Good morning. I'm David Combe with the CBS AM Debrief. It's Thursday the 11th of May. We're just coming up to 8:30 a.m. here in the Sydney office, and pretty big move overnight in the US on the Dow, down 130 points. At one stage, in fact, it was down 180 points, so really down pretty significantly there for a while, but ended up closing around 130. S&P 500 was off a little bit further than the broader index there, down 15 points or 1.11, and the Nasdaq down 0.93. Now, we also saw, without fear of jumping around here too much, we also saw the commodities sector come off, in some cases, limit moves for some of the grains. So we've seen both the commodities and equities markets move up pretty much hand in hand for the last several months, and so I guess it's not surprising to see them both come off like this. I'm not actually sure what precipitated the move, but certainly it seems that inflation concerns are really starting to come to a head here, and we had some data out of China yesterday which suggested they still haven't been able to rein in their inflation. We've got producer price index data coming out of the US tomorrow night. We know that in Germany and Poland inflation is becoming a concern. Copper under pressure as global growth starts to look like it will be tempered here at some point. Silver was down as well. So we've got a whole lot of stuff. So just to come back on track here, the rest of the Americas are down as well, as you can see. Europe a little bit of a mixed bag with the FTSE down 0.71. Now the UK has probably the most difficult situation at the moment in terms of their economy still being mired in recession, and very, very difficult to contemplate raising interest rates for them at this point. So that's going to be a tough one for them to figure out. The CAC in France up just 0.14, the DAX down 0.09, Spain down up 0.55, and Milan up 0.21. The Asia Pacific region saw the Nikkei 225 up 45.5, the Hang Seng down 44.2. And our index put in a pretty good showing here, up 54 and 0.4 rather, or 1.15% on the close. It was up around 40 points for a good part of the session, and so really quite a good follow through there. Going to see most of that undone today, of course, though, pointing down 56 points. So Hang Seng down 26, and the Nikkei down 20, following on from some of those leads out of the US, so we expect that sort of move on the back of that commodity slide. Move over now to take a look at exactly what some of those commodity price movements were like. We did see natural gas come off earlier, now at $4.18. So that's come off by a good 2 or 3 cents there. West Texas, quite a big move there. We were back up above 100, 103 or so yesterday when I was looking at it, around 98. So that theme that we've been talking about as far as shorting crude would have been quite good from that rally up. Looking at now some of our softs, the big movers here: coffee, corn, sugar, oats, quite big, wheat, really big. So as I mentioned, some of these ones have had limit moves. In terms of rises, nothing too significant standing out here, with wool up 1.25. Copper 3.90, so big move down there, and that's down 0.75%. Gold back below 1500, down 220, and then silver down 38 to 35.13. If you are trading any of these or buying any of the metals on dips, just make sure you've got your stop losses in place, because we've got this real volatility happening here, and you can get badly hurt by a big move there. The other thing to look at, if you see a rise up, is to use the trailing stop loss in the Falcon Trader. Okay, move on now to the currencies. Euro buying 1.42 US dollars, just up slightly. The pound buying 1.6356, and the US dollar buying 81.1430 yen, and the Aussie buying 1.0698. So I've given up a little bit of ground there. The US dollar buying 0.9605 Canadian and just 0.8862 Swiss francs. I'll take a look at the economic calendar here. We have got our employment numbers out for the April. 4.9 is the expectation there, so not too much of a change there. Then moving into the later in the day, or later into this evening, we've got that US retail sales data out, expecting 0.6, previous 0.4 for April, and then we have some data of moderate significance there in terms of PPI, and then going into tomorrow night, the big one to be focusing on is the CPI numbers, 3.1, the expectation there. So if we see a big print there, we're going to be see greater expectation that the Fed's going to want to start tightening up the interest rates there, and that should be US dollar supportive. The other numbers to be looking at is the US University of Michigan confidence numbers as well. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look here at the VectorVest system here that we use in terms of what it's saying for the Aussie market. You can see lots of reds and yellows here in terms of the price action, relative timing, and the buy-sell ratio. So really, the system is saying there that we want to be fairly cautious at this point and possibly just continuing to stay on the sidelines. We'll probably see a somewhat different take on the US market if that'll just load up. Okay, so we've got this for the 10th, not the 11th. We expect the data out from yesterday's close, US close, a little bit later on this morning when the numbers are all run. But we did have a green there on the buy-sell ratio, which indicates that there is a greater number of buys versus sells on the database of 8,284 stocks that's covered by the VectorVest system in the States there. So that's one indicator that's fairly positive, and they're still indicating that mildly bullish here after the movements of late last week, tomorrow a week ago, caused all these red indicators here, and the guidance being to either get out of the market or tighten your stop losses. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thanks as always for your attention, and until next time, bye for now.